Alright. Hey there, everyone. It's me, Chris here, and welcome back here on Total Drama World Tour Simulator. Is that last time was that we were on Australia, and in fact, that Hope Sum wins were getting very good. And as in for Team Amazon won the last challenge, it made them stay in longer. That Sally and Sierra feeling unsafe tonight, on out of the season before it's all over, and get to reveal the new winner on season 3, which, by the way, we'll get to reveal for that season, however, who wins the entire season. Which, by the way, it meant for Team Amazon to be safe, which was known to be Sally and Sierra. That's right. They, on the other hand, were safe from elimination, which they've clearly won last time, and they were pretty much safe throughout the time of the season. Who knew that? That gets to come on down to see who will win as we are down to the final 14 people here left. And oh, as in for who was out that time was DJ wanted to vote for himself off until it was about time for him to be sent to his mama, which in fact DJ on the other hand was personally eliminated throughout the last episode. And of course, it was about time for what was going to happen, which no hate hard feelings to DJ, but DJ still had a bit of worries about his mama for ever having hallucinations in his head or something, or maybe just having a vision for what was really going to happen in DJ's path before something else would have been going on. So, him on the other hand was eliminated. Until then, the 14 people were made to stay right on in. And Courtney, on the other hand, had to play the lose card to make her team lose, which in fact it probably worked for Courtney and Gothlistic Girl, but Gothlistic Girl, on the other hand, did not kind of agree to Courtney exactly on the losing thing, which was pretty wrong. But Courtney, on the other hand, had no other choice for DJ, that DJ wanted to go home so badly. And then, as if for what else was going to happen, that Gothlistic Girl did understand it from pretty much where Courtney was coming from and helped her to have DJ on home. And as in for what happened, is that will Team the Nancy Drew Catchers stay without being done to be before, as they will still get to be calling themselves that. Like, really? Really? Still get to be calling the Nancy Drew Catchers that? Well, that will be something to hear from. Like, for whatever happens, or will the team will team the squad of the professionals will be the only team that remains very well by being the professionals so far, or will No Fear Savages, the only two duo villains, keep on being lucky to stay on for the last way around it, or fail to not lose on their own team? Or can Team the Nancy Drew Catchers feel like losing another guy or another girl for their team exactly? Which will be very again interesting. So, anywho, by any chance right now, is that looks like on the other hand, this on the other hand will get pretty bit interesting. So, as in for right now, of this week, or can Team Victory stay standing with only with two girls on the team? And it's time to be feeling like we should get things started soon, as until right now, exactly, on Total Drama World Tour Simulator. And plus, it was just getting hot outside anyways in Australia. Now it's time to get things chilling up the cold competition. Get it? Chilling up? That should be a funny joke. Anyways, here on Total Drama World Tour Simulator. Let's begin the show. Alright, meanwhile, with the remaining people on the plane. Meanwhile, with Team Amazon in first class. It looks like Sally and Sierra were talking to each other while being in first class. And, of course, that Sally, on the other hand, was feeling pretty bit lucky, and so was Sierra for getting through all the way the entire season. Which is crazy. Pretty crazy if I say so myself. But anyways, looks like Sally on the other hand was talking to Sierra by having an idea by pretty much Sally helping Sierra to write a love note or a love letter to Cody, which that will get interesting, man. Totally interesting. So, as in for that, pretty much Sally and Sierra were having a great idea to do that, as long as that Sierra was going to be eliminated, which she isn't yet. That's pretty much for what's going to happen soon enough to be next. And Sierra agreed to the idea and nodded her heads exactly. So, anyways, meanwhile, with pretty much likely, what should I say? Meanwhile, with pretty much the team and squad professionals are in first class. So, anyways, looks like Duncan, on the other hand, saw Sally and Sierra were talking to each other. Oh, brother. Cody is such a loser and a simp. Like, oh, God. You kidding me? Good. He should be with Sierra because it would be been better that way. Would have been completely better for that. And it looks like for Duncan, he went to go get 3 cookies in first class and walked back to Owen and Gwen and Tyler. Here you go, Gwen. It's a cookie. And then looks like Gwen, on the other hand, was enjoying the company from Duncan by giving her a cookie. And then, exactly. And here you go, big guy. And then, of course, Duncan did say welcome exactly, which just about to add that now. So, you're welcome, Gwen. You're welcome. And as in for that exactly, that Owen, on the other hand, was definitely being thankful exactly to have a cookie that Duncan just gave him. Oh, well, I would get a drink for you. And then looks like Tyler, on the other hand, was pretty much likely to think of something just to pretty much enjoy something to drink or eat, since Duncan was kind of actually just like giving Tyler a little bit of the insistence without Tyler having a hard time against Duncan. Yeah, don't kind of remind me of that, bro. Like, to be honest, hope that none of them would be on you to say, which he was referring to the thorns on the cactus last time. Oh, yeah, Tyler had a lot of something on his thorns, which was pretty much the cactus that got him. Well, I'll give a cookie for you, and then get 2 of the cookies for Courtney. Plus, I had some before Chef handed them out in first class, so I'm good. And it looks like for Tyler, he probably said was fair enough from him, fair enough to say that question. Duncan goes to get the 3 cookies in first class, and Duncan was thinking in his head, how am I going to vote off Tyler when in fact he has won Total Drum Island Simulator before, and there can't be no way of him winning again twice, or should I say twice or whatever, and it can't happen. And I might need to find some people to have him out. That will have one of the 6 people voted off, which is going to be hard to do. And if I need that to happen, then I would need to plan something as long as that I'm not out. Then I would be good. And as in for Duncan, he grabbed cookies and then a drink to bring back to his team. Here you go, Tyler. Well, it's a soda. That can is full. It's red soda. It looks like Tyler, on the other hand, was pretty much liking his favorite color, and then Duncan gave the soda to him. I know because I can see your tracksuit being red, as into why I went to get that soda for you. And it looks like Duncan, on the other hand, so was like pretty much to Tyler, so was whatever. And then Duncan walks back to Courtney and pretty much on the back of the plane. And it looks like meanwhile for the No Fear Savages, that was Alejandro and Josh. It looks like they were both thinking of something very demeaningly evil to pretty much get rid of one of them that's pretty much likely from the opposite teams. And then it looks like Alejandro, on the other hand, was thinking of something very pleasantly different. And then Josh, on the other hand, was pretty much consuming to likely combat Alejandro, the pretty much likely to fear likely about Heather. And Alejandro, on the other hand, was pretty much likely to do so whatever exactly on this question. And then exactly that once again Josh, on the other hand, was giving him some advice for Alejandro just to have a conversation with Heather. And then looks like Josh, on the other hand, was focusing on something different to pretty much be focusing to eliminate Team the Squad of the Professionals to get eliminated for which person that gets going. And then it looks like Alejandro was thinking of the idea to eliminate Tyler since it was about time to have him voted off from Alejandro. Ooh. And then Josh kind of almost agreed to that question. And then Alejandro was likely to think the idea. And meanwhile, with the Nancy Drew catchers, Sadie and Katie were just enjoying themselves while talking with Justin. And then so was pretty much Trent. Now Trent, on the other hand, was thinking of another idea to pretty much know how they're going to stay long to be in the show. And then it still remains a very good, interesting question. Meanwhile, back with Team Victory in the back of the plane, which they're pretty much in the back of the plane exactly. So, pretty much. And it looks like Courtney, on the other hand, was thinking about how she was going to talk to Duncan about DJ being eliminated last episode, which that's going to be some explanation to hear from. Which Godlistic Girl was just cheering up Courtney for a little bit just to kind of ask her to probably walk to Duncan and just probably talk to him anyways. And meanwhile, with that same question, Courtney just goes ahead and talks to Duncan while Duncan was in the back of the plane exactly and saw her while having pretty much likely 2 cookies that he was going to give for Courtney anyways. Until then, further next time, let's just get to the next part.